I used to go to Rob's house, you open the door, you could, Rob had these speakers that were like this fucking tall, yo. And his turntables were on top of those speakers. Those speakers were loud. So I would come in the building, and as soon as I get on the elevator, when it starts getting like to the second floor, you just hear the music, like, you just hear it. And Rob would be just practicing, blasting the music. That whole floor was lit.
Witness the reappearance of Sinister, Rob Swift. Ready.
In 1997, myself, Sinister, Total Eclipse, Rock Raider, rest in peace, we released the first turntablist album by a turntablist group. We were just these kids that wanted to be the best DJs in the world. All we knew up until then was practicing.
That's it.
Getting better, buying records, watching videos, studying other DJs, and the business aspect.
Yeah, no idea about it. I started getting reckless with things. I started using drugs. I started drinking excessively.
We were arguing, fighting. I was having turmoil with the group. The group was having turmoil with me. Before any album or any X-Ecutioners tour, there was this. We were the odd couple before the X-Men, if you think about it, because we were training under one guy, Dr. Butcher.
I remember doing my first routine. I remember calling Rob up going, yo, Rob, listen to this, man. How's it sound? I put the phone down, and I'm doing it. I get back on, Rob's like, yeah, it's all right, man, but... And I this went on for like 6 times, and I'm like, yo, why does he keep saying it's all right? What the fuck does he want me to, like, what is it that he... But then I realized he wanted me to get it right, and after the 8th time, or the 9th time, I called him, and when I did it, he was like, yo, that's it. That's what I'm talking about, and I felt so happy, and we've had a friendship ever since.
2018 hit, and we started practicing together and training, and you could go on YouTube right now and see the videos of us training, and it's beautiful to see the comments because genuinely people were emotionally impacted by the image of Sin and myself, a lot older, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Still practicing, still passionate about this DJ shit. When I make music, I don't make music to be popular.
Right.
I make music because it's fun. Sitting down to create the EP, I remember, Joey, I told you, I was like, yo, man, I don't care about like having like marquee features on an album. Like, yo, let's just get our friends.
That's right.
We wrote murder, executioners, cutting things you never heard of.
Hip hop happens in real time.
That's right.
It's not necessarily a song that you listen to on the radio. It's creativity that happens spontaneously. For example, the Real DMT, every other Saturday at a brunch spot called Queen's Comfort, the Real DMT, myself, and the host of the brunch, James Avatar, do a thing that we call the 2 o'clock flow. And like, while people are eating, I throw on beats and they rhyme. Like, that's fun for me. That's why I do this. Lyrically, the way DMT approaches a song is super unique, and I kind of gave him direction on like taking words and using a letter that starts a word and continuing it and figuring out other words that start with that same letter. That's the whole point behind why I DJ, It's to be creative with my friends.
The Odd Couple, the best by far. Represent. Cutting things you never heard of. Supreme force, the ultimate force.
I call the space between the wax on the turntables and the fader God space. I've referred to that many times as God space because creativity is you connecting with the God in you. On the song Ultimate Force, for example, I don't use the sample Ultimate Force, Supreme Force randomly. That's calculated. We are the supreme force when we're being creative. We are the ultimate force.
Represent. Cutting things you never heard of. Supreme force, the ultimate force. The Odd Couple, the best. Cutting things. Supreme.
Raider famously said, before anything, we were friends first.
That's right.
We were the Odd Couple before the X-Men, if you think about it, because we were training under one guy, Dr. Butcher. Drew, in a minute or two, showed me that it's not about being able to just copy or mimic or emulate. You want to create and develop yourself and bring yourself out of the turntables and out of the music that you manipulate. Joey would watch me create these movements and apply this creativity and these ideas to these songs. He started to build on the routines that I was doing and I was creating. He would like fuck with songs like Method Man, the theme from SWAT. He was altering them and approaching a move in a way that like stretched my original idea and taking an idea I had further, 5, 6, 7 steps further.
Music to me is emotion transmitted into sound. Like when I DJ, when we DJ, when you see us up there, our emotion comes out. That's our emotion that you're hearing when we're up there doing what we're doing.
It's a full circle, man. We're back working with Dr. Butcher, and he produced Nothing to It, and he also produced Demolition Man. And Demolition Man is a track featuring Breez Evahflowin.
You could go the age route, my ego isn't fragile. You never used to freestyle, your mind isn't agile.
Breez Evahflowin is one of the dopest underground MCs. His flow, the way he puts words together, and just the way he thinks.
The needle gon' skip. That's when them years kick in. Blunt blow beers kick in. That done been here kick in. That hip hop all year kick in.
Dr. Butcher produced the beat. There came a point where Dr. Butcher started to get more involved into production, and he wanted to actually produce. He bought an SP1200. I remember I'd go to his house and he'd only have one turntable set up with a mixer because he was sampling stuff. Like he didn't even have 2 turntables set up for a period of time.
X-Ecutioners, the special guest gate live. No doubt, Joe. Both names that hold weight.
Nothing to It is featuring J-Live. J-Live is a colleague of mine that I have immense respect for, who's also a really dope DJ.
Yeah, he is.
And J-Live fucking came through for me, man. He came through like a thoroughbred. He murdered it, turned around the lyrics in about a week. And we recorded it, and that was the last song that we did for the project. And when we finished it, I remember I told Joey, I was like, yo man, I got some ideas, I got some people that I think I want to sit down with and present the project to.
Yep.
And one of those companies was Fool's Gold. I just really like what A-Trak has done with that label, because he was just a kid from Canada that knew no one but had this talent.
Right.
I remember we took him to the Stretch Armstrong show featuring Bobito Garcia, and we were up there cutting on the radio with A-Trak, and I remember BET was there and they were filming it.
Yep.
And A-Trak was just like on cloud 9, like I'm with the X-Ecutioners and I'm on the radio right now. And I'm with Stretch Armstrong and Bobito, and that's just natural for us though. Like we always gave back, and it was nothing for us to help usher A-Trak into the New York scene. A-Trak will tell you himself, we basically helped him establish a presence here in New York.
That's right.
When he won the DMC, and then he fucking blew up.
Yeah.
I remember back in the days, digging in the crates, looking for tracks, loops, playing records all day.
I reached out to A-Trak and I was like, yo man, I got this project with Joey. We just finished it and I'd love to sit down with you and play it. He responded and was like, yo, when do you want to connect? Like, it was pretty much that simple. And I had a CD of the project. He was like, yo, Rob, you still have CDs? We walked down in my truck, got into the truck, put the CD in the CD player, old school style, hit play, and we're all just there chilling, bopping our heads. And after the first song, he was like, yo, this shit is dope, man. I wanna release it on Fool's Gold. Let me just talk to my partner and I'll get back to you within a day or two. And sure enough, like a couple of days later, he sent me a text. He was like, yo, we want the project. And here we are.
It's down murderer. It's down murderer. It's down murderer. Executioners.
For me, honestly, the whole EP is dope, but I think Style Murderers, for me, is one of the, probably, for me, the best song on the album.
You couldn't walk a mile. And my rep alligators, I see you now or later. Cheese grater, I ain't the jumping Terminator. Terminate your data, I'm crashing craters into upgraders. I'm overrators, it's bopping haters and commentators. And common denominators that dominate my paper. Jumping like skyscrapers, like low paper. Club logo dripping, the pro stipping. Playing, running, we skipping. We come back with the clipping and got it under the Scotty Pippen. The red and black Jordan flat. Light a match, stroke the pippins. I got a pack, I put my whip in. Put my new shit up from the zoo, clip me, bull flip. The product arms, cause you armed, yeah, been doing that. If sinister, then it's on, then it's on. Show me got like good riddance, now we gone. Ain't a pump like chicken palm.
Shout out to motherfucking X-Ecutioners, baby. It's your boy Uptown Bodega and J-Live. Listen, yeah. Okay, now we y'all got some motherfucking balls spitting out tonight. Heard you, listen, I ain't particular, I bang like a liquor. Homicide, when I rhyme like this shit, you can call me Christopher. Wait like distributor, that brown smell like vinegar. Now what I do, I'm a lyrical practitioner. Sinister, swinging liquid swords at your jugular. Leave you in the gym the way I live me like a cinema. If you want at least 100 grams, then you can send them up. I don't really fuck with you, but I would never set them up. Niggas working with the ops, niggas working with the 5, niggas working with the 12. I'ma just be busting mine. After this, I gotta split because he's busting down my mind. It's time to go on a ring chase. Shorty back in 9-8. Move a couple packs, bang my chest like a primate. Music with the G's, that's so cautious to the wind. I'm a woman, keep it stopped, it's jumping over with the ribs. But really spread your app, know it, Gucci keeps that spark. Yeah, X-Ecutioners. Let's go, baby. Heard you. New York City was good. Shout out my people, baby. X-Ecutioners. Yeah. Drop the Swift. It's a girl, shout out. Heard you. Yo, make some motherfucking noise for Chubs. Chubs, get in the center, man. Get in the center. Make some noise for Chubs in Uptown Bodega, y'all. That song is called Style Murderers off the new EP, The Odd Couple.
We don't call ourselves the X-Ecutioners for no reason. I'm trying to find a nice way to say it, but there really isn't.
No, you just gotta
as
say
nice
it.
as we are, we will fucking murder you on the turntables when it comes time to battling. Like, we don't play.
Don't fuck around.
We're not like, oh, happy to be here, thank you. No, we're like, we're the shit.
The Odd Couple, best by far. Represent